Hello, everybody. Welcome to Endwalker MSQ discussion part 2.
Dropping the deuce.
Really? That's how he
the first
started
thing
the
I said on
stream.
the stream,
Welcome, welcome, everybody. Let's see. So it's actually, you've had a lot happen in the MSQ.
We've been places.
We've been places.
We've seen faces.
Keep going.
And we are
In
not in stasis. Yeah, we're going to different spaces. Make
hello,
sure to tie our
everybody.
laces.
All right, let's do a check-in. Me is here. Alcicien, hello. Z9, hey. Bon is here. Mordek is checking in. Also, Cirilla, hello. Ishtar, hey. And Tin in the house. Hello. 8-Bit is here. Happy Totally Not Prank Day. Tom, you're awesome, bro.
Thank you.
That's 0. Breeze is here, excited for this one. I've totally not been fooled by anything today. Wait. See, I was about to say I haven't, and then now I'm scared because we're streaming on this day of all days.
Well, we do, yeah.
These streams
Heather is aware that she needs to go to the mess hall.
I don't know what you guys are doing.
That's all she knows. You gotta go to the mess hall.
I have no idea what's happening. Cirilla, these streams are my favorite because they are unfart. Dude, I watched the town hall over. I was so tired. I can't tell you. Well, I'm sure you guys picked up on it. I combined so many of my words.
That's something you do when you get tired.
Yeah, the words start to just mesh. I was so tired that day. That was crazy. But that was fun. Arcana in the house. Hello, we ain't doing nothing. Okay, so first, the one announcement I want to make. Oh my gosh. I spent all day remodeling our Discord. I'm so excited about it. I would love your feedback, but I'm not done. So I had to take a nap because I was so tired.
Put in a lot of hours.
I was like, and then I was like, oh shoot, I think I'm crashing. I have to take a nap before the stream.
Yeah, you stumbled out of your office.
It's like my eyes were,
are you okay?
They wouldn't work anymore. It was like getting blurry. So I'm not done, but I hope you guys like it so far. I hope it's more clear. I don't know. Have you looked at it yet?
No, I didn't know.
I'm
mean,
really curious
because
what
you finished it 40 minutes ago.
I know. Yeah, so yeah, it's not done, but I'm very curious for this week to for everyone to let me know, is it intuitive? How is it going? Obviously, everything can be changed. So, but I'm not done. So I'll let you know. I'll do an announcement once I feel like everything is finalized for at least now. Let's see. I love these streams because they don't have any spreadsheets.
Only the best streams have spreadsheets.
Richard, let's go. Richard is one of our newest HJP community members. Welcome.
Is he at the point we're talking about? New to the community, not new to the game?
Richard's going to tell us where you're at. I hope you guys...
Well, that goes for anybody, yeah.
Yeah, don't watch this if you are not caught up to where at least Tom
I was telling you yesterday, it was strange because when we started, when the community started, I was the sproutiest sprout. So it was like everybody was beyond me.
Yeah.
And
that is not
it was
the case
just
anymore.
it was just like, okay, don't talk about anything. Tom is here, don't talk about anything beyond that. But now there's so many other people who are just starting and at different spots that now there's a lot more to kind of keep track of than just the one guy.
Yeah. I know. We have to be vigilant about our spoilers. So the Discord's looking great so far. Yay. Yeah, you guys are starting to fill it in, so I'm excited. I'm excited about it. I'm very... I've just
so much has happened. I
feel so good about it.
I definitely feel Endwalker ramping up a lot. I was talking about the Discord, but... Well, I'm excited. I'm more excited for Endwalker, maybe.
No, that's good.
Yeah. Well, I've never really been a Discord guy, and if you can set up a Discord in a way that actually appeals to me to get me to use it,
this is my mission.
That will be
about mission driven. It's just to get Tom to
But I'm a good it's like
tester. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a good baseline. If it appeals to me, it'll work for a lot of people. We did learn that I can stream directly from my Xbox to Discord.
You are into that.
It's very cool.
Yes. So I believe. No pressure, but I believe that this is something that Tom would be open to doing. It's just different streaming in no offense to the YouTubes, but there's
it's a very different dynamic.
Okay, yeah, you can explain it.
Because when you're doing a YouTube stream like this, there's the chat, but the conversation is very one-sided. We're the only ones who can hear each other.
Yeah.
Streaming to Discord, there can be a voice chat, so other people are talking. It also, at least to me, didn't feel like hosting anything. Not that that's wrong, but there's a context. Like, to sit here and do this, we got ready, we got prepped, we thought about things. Like, it's fun and it's enjoyable, but you're also on.
Yeah, we have questions planned. We have,
you know how it is when you want to just play a game at the end of the day. You're just hanging out playing, and streaming directly to Discord. There's no camera. It's more two-way because you can hear other people, and it really feels like
just playing games with friends.
Like, I'm not, I'm silent most of the time.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. So if you want more of that, join us in our Discord.
Yeah, if you want the stream, but with like no conversation or hosting capabilities.
Sometimes it's fun to just watch them and play though. It's a whole.
Well, it's fun to just hang out.
You know? Yeah. I've never played this game before. Should I be here? Let's see. The HJP Discord going through maintenance like a 14 patch day. That's funny. I know I should do. Actually, maybe. Oh shoot! See, now I'm getting ideas. I was like, maybe I should do patch notes about what I changed.
That's fun. I mean, you don't have to do that now, but
right.
In the future, maybe you could take it offline for part of the day.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't. No.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
You can do that with like the old school PHP BB message boards. You
just
put it
like
in
maintenance 404 for a bit.
Well, no, it'll say like.
Oh, it's in maintenance.
Yeah, maintenance.
Yeah,
mode.
No. I mean, I don't mind. You know. Anyway, sorry.
Getting into the weeds.
Sorry. Richard finished 7.2. Awesome. Okay, so I was afraid our talking would ruin that entering Elpis mode. No, not
at all.
Yeah, if anything, it made it more exciting. So, all right, guys. So, did we just get into it? What's the deal?
Yeah, we can get into it. Let us know when Heather's supposed to go into the mess hall. I don't know if that's the beginning of the stream or the end of the stream.
This is where.
But when you log in, you're going to be at the front of the Free Company house. So.
Yes, because my PlayStation, I have to like look at the settings because it keeps auto shutting off.
Yeah.
And then like I parked myself for the community roundtable, and then I forget.
Logged out.
Yeah, so I logged out. But
Tin said do it now.
Do it now. Mess hall. Okay, cool. PHPBB mentioned memory triggered. So you should tell them about yours.
Yeah, so I don't, for my main YouTube channel, I don't have a Discord.
Can I show them?
Sure. For channel members, and I have several online courses available for people who are enrolled in the courses or channel members. There's access to a PHP BB message board that I put together 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago.
Hold on. This is my desktop, everybody.
That is. It's great.
Hold on. I will show you in a second. Boom.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, which is super cool, and it is like not active. I think we're barely about to hit our 100th member.
But I can't tell you, when he came up with the idea of doing this board,
I spent like 2 weeks straight working on it. Yeah,
like you were
it's
so
also like
excited about it.
Because I was like, oh, bring back old school message boards, and after I did it, I was like, oh, that's right, that's why nobody does this anymore. Like, I mean, the message board's cool. Like, you can stay caught up with everything. It's chronological. It's searchable. I wanted it to be like a database resource, especially for my courses. But setting it up is hard. Like, it is definitely easier. I know Discord, you can get very advanced, but like the basics of like create a server that someone can join, you can do that in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You can't do that in 5 minutes.
I know. But hey, this is where it started from.
That's my obsession with online communities, came from old school message boards.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to the chat as I log in. Ben, howdy, found your channel a few days ago. Welcome.
And binging the
Prey
channel.
returns the Waking Sands. Actually, I had a hangout there yesterday during the Mount Farms. That was kind of fun. Let's see. Even the desktop background has the purple bright blue color scheme. Yeah, because, gotta have the mood. Berto Ray. Hey, y'all. That's great to catch you live. Usually Bert comments on the replays. But all right, guys. So let me go in here and see what's deal.
Oh, it must be dark out. I can't see.
What is happening? What am I looking at?
It's off the screen now. Move the source.
Sorry, let me lock my scene here. All right. We going in?
I guess so.
Oh, the lights turned on. Did you see that?
Is it 6 p.m. over there? Must be.
Well, I should probably switch the monitor so we can actually see it. Can you
Oh, do I push this button?
Yeah.
The secret button.
You gotta push secret button.
I do.
Also, you should lean in. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Oh, there's no signal. Oh, it'll come back probably.
It'll come back. I
Mm.
think we're good. Just
Okay,
right.
there you go.
There we go. All right. We're gonna go into our free company.
I honestly don't know exactly what we're gonna be walking into.
Mess hall. I love it here. So pretty. All right. We got an RP walk.
Yeah.
I am. Hold on. We're gonna zoom in a little bit. Bump, 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 bump. Whoa! Wait. Did Zero unlalafell right now? Wait, what did you? Oh my gosh! What did you guys do? Oh my god! Oh my! You too? When did you do this?
Last night during your thing.
Oh my god! You used a vial?
I was very scared.
Oh my god! You got
Tin walked me through the whole process. I didn't realize Zero was gonna
Zero is tall. Oh my god! This is ridiculous, you guys. Oh my god. Okay, so if you don't know what we're looking at, let me explain. Everyone lalafelled themselves. Zero was a lalafell and is now an Ellison. Oh my god, you guys are so funny. That is perfect. I can't deal with this. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, hold on. Let me check in with the comments here. Turn the lights back off. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys are funny.
Apparently I'm in G pose. I have no idea how I did that.
You look so adorable.
Right?
You guys. Okay, now look at this. Look at Arrow. Oh my gosh.
I like Bond. Oh, Bond's doing that one dance.
Oh, that one. Oh, that's the what, the Vanu Vanu? I think that's the Vanu Vanu. Jiro.
Look at Jiro and I perfectly in sync.
Oh, look at that.
I had to dismiss my Hildy
guys
minion because we're the same size.
Looks so adorable. I can't. Tin. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Look at the koala on me. It's on her head.
Marsupial.
And then Zero.
He's all giant and on the table.
You guys, I can't. It's perfect. It's so good. Please tell me. We have to take a photo, right? Like this is happening. Oh my god, how perfect is this? I can't believe you guys did this.
See, Heather doesn't like April Fool's Day things. And I was like...
Because I've been played.
Yeah, I was like... because originally it was like, okay, everyone's gonna lollaize themselves. And it was like, okay, how's everyone gonna suddenly surprise you? And it was like, well, just throughout the day, she'll just keep running into one person, another person. Like, suddenly it's just gonna be like, wait, why is everybody doing this?
Oh my god, Shan.
But then when
god.
it just so happened that we did a stream on the same day, it made sense to do this. So I was like, okay, there's a surprise in the mess hall. You got to go to the mess hall. But I was like, I promise you will love it. It's not like an April Fool's Day annoying thing.
You guys, I love this because you guys are a lot of you guys are still wearing like your outfit that I know you in, but it's all like scale.
I know it's really I was debating on what to wear, but I thought like the classic thing would be good.
The chibi is so cute. So do you just change the race? Everything else stays the same?
No.
Oh. Are you going to be able to switch back?
Yes.
Okay.
Tin literally wrote up like the ultimate user guide on how to do it.
Oh my god. You guys.
And help me. It's very simple. And what I did do, you can save your appearance data. So next time, I think when it's time to change back at some point, you take another potion or whatever, and then you just load appearance data.
Oh, okay.
Should be. But I also took screenshots of every setting. So if I had to start from scratch, I could dial everything in. And then it also helped because the Lalafell and the Hyur, or I guess the other races or whatever, they don't have one-to-one things. Like you can't select your muscliness on a Lalafell. Or your build or whatever.
Yeah.
So not everything carries over, but as many as I could, I tried to select the closest ones.
Okay, so first of all, for you guys who created new characters, this is perfect because so Cirilla said, wow, we really do feel like Chibi's Kraken's Call. We have to do a Chibi episode on like we have to make a video of everyone's Chibi.
It's
like that, right, Cirilla? Like one of the commercials I was talking about, we could do a skit of everyone in Chibi mode. Like that's perfect.
Everything looks so like when I was doing the screenshots of like I had like Adam's settings and he looked so serious that it's like so.
You didn't do MSQ today with your?
No, I couldn't log in because you would see it.
Oh,
that's why I logged in when you were taking your nap, and then I just hung out here, and that's why I've just been pushing the controller so that I
oh my
stay
god
awake.
You guys, it's like perfect. I can't. Patience Vivo, I'm a new follow here as well. Great to see y'all. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Let's see, I love it so much. Is it successful pranks? It is successful pranks.
I can achieve my dream of bee's knees as a Lalafell.
Oh my god, I can't with you guys. Look at this.
Zero's like not just tall, but like max tall.
I know. It's like the same outfit. This was like tripping me out.
Yeah, everything just becomes tiny. My little Elpin
like
robe is like all small.
Oh my god, that's perfect. We've all been talking about how much we actually love being Lalas. Can we do Sprout initiatives as Lala? Just make Lala alts. Yeah, see, this makes me want to make a Lala alt. That looks exactly the same.
When you make an alt, you have to start from scratch, right? Like.
Yeah, I don't think that you can.
I wish it was just like a switch, like how you like a glam, like a Lala glam.
Yes, he is. Look, ready? Barium. Zero.
It's huge.
Max height. It's so good.
I did make my Lala min height because you can slightly adjust it.
I think Jiro is the shortest that you can be.
Yeah, that's what I was basing mine off of.
Oh my god, you guys look like Final Fantasy IX. It's perfect. Look at the weapons and everything. It's so good. You look ridiculous. I can't. I feel like Kraken's Call what like Lala was or maybe his aura was the least represented.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
It's funny.
They're taking over.
I knew this, but I forgot about it because I changed it all in the in room so that way I wouldn't be appearing anywhere in the room. And then when I logged in now, I forgot Lala's sleep just face down on the bed.
Oh,
like,
do they really?
Just like starfish face down.
Oh my god, I had no idea.
So I logged in and he was just like...
That is funny.
It's really cute.
You can buy a story and level skip if you want for an alt. I've been leveling as Ishtaru Taru, and some Lalas and Limps like ganged up on me and added me to Lala Link Shell. Oh my god, that's so funny. This was perfect, guys. Okay, so we have to get into our MSQ discussion, but I want to make sure that we take a photo. So should we take the photo first?
Well, yeah, I think I will stay logged in, but I did it earlier and it logged me out. It went to sleep. And so...
Oh, you can't even check because you're... Okay, got it. Okay. A Lala shell. I need it. How about stand on the thing? I'll stand here because I think this... Yeah. Zero and I will be...
Zero sitting is almost as tall as you.
Zero, you gotta stand in front of like the podium so everyone can see your height because I think that's part of the thing. Yeah.
Oh, Tin said she's gonna do one of her special picks.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Tin.
Sick pick.
Oh, this is so good. Yes. Oh my god, you guys look so adorable. Look at them. I want plushies of all of them. Okay, cool. So, thanks for that. That was real fun. That was fun.
Yeah, I'll just hang out there until eventually I think I disappear. I don't know.
Should we all be in the front row because we're all so short? Tin will give you direction in the chat so we can start the MSQ discussion. But thanks, guys. That was. Look at this. It looks so good. The photo is happening.
Oh, nice.
It looks so good. I love it. Okay. So, Endwalker, part 2 discussion.
Yes.
The last time we talked, I think you had just gotten to Garlemald.
I had just gotten to Garlemald and had like spent 5 minutes walking around Camp Broken Glass.
You can leave it.
Beep.
Yeah. Okay.
And now I have made it to Elpis, and I'm maybe 4 quests in.
Okay.
I've gone through some cutscenes and done some things there.
Yeah, so keep in mind, you guys, when you're discussing in the chat, I pinned a comment with Tom's current quest, so obviously, like, don't talk past that. But geez.
Very early Elpis. If you're like, what was that? Very early.
Yeah.
I just met Hermes, so that's which was great because we did we did some of Eden, some more of Eden, and that did actually open up some cool things. We didn't finish it all. Because then it was, suddenly it was, I was playing the other night, we were going through Eden because it was like, oh, before Tom goes any further in Endwalker, you should do Eden because it's going to open up, some story or whatever. And I was like, okay, we're doing that. We had like several more to go through. And then suddenly like, hey, can you leave for a second? And I was like, okay. And then I left and then I came back in and you're like, hey, would you be open to like streaming on your Xbox in the Discord? And I was like, okay. And so we figured all that out. And you got that set up. And I was like, obviously, a main character is about to die.
No!
That's just immediately, I think, this is it for Graha.
Oh.
Which luckily, that's not what happened at all. In fact, we were reunited.
Yes, exactly.
Sort of.
Okay, so let's try to rewind and then go through. So, Garlemald, let's see. What were you trying to do in Garlemald?
I had just gotten there, and the big thing was we needed to, because the towers were down. Oh my god, so much happened.
Yeah, because and then you got your body taken over.
Yeah.
And
then I had to do that crazy duty.
The crazy duty.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about it.
So a lot happened because the whole point of being in Garlemald was because we had defeated the one tower, we could go there because almost like their defenses were down a little bit, and we could essentially see what's happening. Our main thing was actually to help the Garleans because we were trying to understand that not everybody, just because you live there doesn't mean you're bad.
Right.
From our point of view, just normal people. Yeah, the time we did the quest, the thing I had just seen was there was a cutscene where like I saw a radio for the first time.
Yes.
And they were like, oh, Varys's voice like comes over the radio. What? And then, so obviously then Garlean's super untrusting of us to the point where they kind of start ambushing us. And then Warrior of Light, Alphino, and Alizé sort of get taken hostage-y. In this like, they made a base in like a subway station underground. Conveniently, they put shot collars on the twins, but conveniently the Warrior of Light can come and go because they're like, you're too strong. We couldn't restrain you if we wanted. Like, it's great because I also need to go to Gold Saucer and like take care of some other things. Very convenient. So that was kind of like a big thing there. God, just so much happened. Yeah, I don't want to just blast through everything, but
well, so I loved Garlemald because everyone
so
we
sad.
knew, but everyone we knew went with us, which was so freaking cool. Like it definitely felt climactic.
And then Julius, I think the guy we because that's how we found it. We met someone trying to steal our supplies.
Right. Yep. He shows up.
And he turns out to be, you find out his whole backstory, and he essentially had to like kill his family because they got tempered. That's what you discover is if someone's near a radio when like the thing goes out, they actually don't get affected
because of what's in the radio.
Some crystals, whatever. Yeah. So it's almost like they accidentally recreated the thing we did with the scales. Yeah. And
Kay says, hot question. What'd you think of that quest in Garlemald, especially the sisters, the twins held captive, the city itself, the people,
Julius, I ended up really liking because you find out more about him. He's such a jerk when you meet him, and then you find out more about him.
But it's like you see the propaganda, right?
You see the propaganda. He starts to see the propaganda, but you also then get the backs. Like you really understand where they're coming from, and you have to go on a quest with him to go look for whatever, like the materials, And he goes to like the park that he used to go with like his little sisters and brothers and stuff. And he explains like, this is where we live. This is what this used to be like. This is that. And everything's destroyed, but you see it through his eyes, what it was like. Yeah.
The creepy radio too. Okay, yeah. So this is what I wanted to ask you about, Cirilla. This perfect timing. Tom, how was the solo quest as that random soldier?
Yeah, that.
So what happened?
Well, okay. So first, Heather was like, "Oh yeah, there's like a duty or something where like she's like, I almost quit. It was so frustrating. I did it so many times."
It was like, this quest and the Nodum. These two quests.
The Nodum I had like no problem with.
Oh my god.
I think I completely accidentally stumbled through it and did.
You know how I don't remember anything? I remember those two solo duties being like excruciatingly difficult.
This one was hard.
I didn't know where to go. It wasn't clear to me.
I did No, it's not clear, and that's what's hard about it. Oh yeah, because you helped me.
And then there's a timer, so like it was 30 minutes, and I winded all the way down to the end twice.
I got really close.
That's a whole hour.
I was within like several minutes of the end. Yeah. So what happens? You end up. Oh my god.
Xenos, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a Xenos, but you end up being taken.
You got.
Oh my god. Yeah. Sorry, there's just so much. Because you go through, you find like the underground faction.
Yeah.
Of which Julius is a part.
Okay.
Julius is sort of warming up to you. He's actually advocating for you, but the guy who's in charge there is like, no.
A general of
these twins. Yeah, these twins are now our prisoners. That guy there, here's our offer for them. Like, we're telling them we have supplies. We'll share supplies with you. And the general's like, no, we're not taking that. You're going to go over there and you're going to tell your people they're going to give us everything you have and you're going to leave. And Julius is supposed to like take us there. So that's when on the way there, we go by his house. We learn what happened to his family. We really like, connect with him.
Yeah.
We get there. He is talking to Lucia. Is it? I think it is. He's talking to her and he's like, this is the demands from, he's just a soldier in the middle. He's like, these are the demands. Yeah. You can tell he doesn't even really want to be the one to give these.
He's starting to get conflicted.
Yeah.
Seems like, yeah.
And she's like, no, we're not going to do that. And then he's like, oh yeah. And she's like holding off. She's like, okay, it's good. And it turns out in that time, like Thancred and everybody actually broke in and rescued the twins. So now they have no leverage. Because that was the thing. If you don't agree to us, then we'll kill them. Now they have no leverage. And she's like, yeah, so I think the tables have turned a little bit. And he's like, he radios that in. And then they go like, well, that's why there's a plan B. And then some other like Garleans show up to like, with like Magitech walkers and things and start shooting. And it almost starts a war. And then maybe it's Graha or somebody like quells that and stops it. And then eventually Warrior of Light during the chaos just gets like teleported away.
Oh, because Van Danny.
Oh yeah, because Fandaniel had just been in the camp the whole time.
Yeah, and he just goes
as like a soldier that you didn't recognize.
Yeah,
and he just takes you.
Yeah,
and you wake up and you're having a dinner date with Xenos.
A dinner date.
And Fandaniel's like the butler.
Not as good as the burgers.
Not quite that cutscene.
Yeah, and oh my god, that their little tower is like so creepy to me because I have what is it called?
Tryptophobia or whatever. It's circles and dots and patterns, irregular patterns.
Yeah, I get like creeped out about it, and the entire tower is just like so creepy to me. And
it's
you're
like organic
and stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. So we go through this thing. We sort of have this talk, and Xenos is kind of like, he's almost admitting that he's like extending pleasantries to you to like. All he wants is to get the Warrior of Light into like the most rageful, agitated state. So you're fighting with everything you possibly have, and that's the battle he wants.
God, it's so insane.
Fandaniel, which I was like, what's his deal? Because he, like, why is he enabling this? It seems like such a small goal in the grand scheme of things to even care about. And then. Anyway, as this is happening, Fandaniel's like, oh, you want to eat with us, but you should take off your mask first. And it's like, why do we have a mask on? And suddenly you realize you you are at least dressed as like a Garlean soldier, just like a faceless soldier. And then eventually it's revealed over just off screen is your body just sitting there, who then Xenos decides to just, it's such a violating thing for Xenos to just take over your body. And then he's like, because in order to get you into that state of rage, it's like, well, now if I'm you, I can just go and infiltrate your camp. Yeah. I can take advantage of all the people you care about. I can hurt the people you care about. And he just leaves, of course, with all your power and all your weapons and all everything.
And you just watch him walk out the door.
You just watch him walk out as the Warrior of Light. And then you are stuck and you get kind of dropped off in the middle of the ruins. And it's like, slight plot hole of like, in reality where someone wants to do this, they would just keep you locked up and then they would just go destroy everyone you care about. They wouldn't play the game of like, well, we'll drop you off, and if you can beat him there, then like...
Well, I think that's part of the like...
I know, the thrill of the hunt or whatever.
Yeah, is like, can he get like...
Yeah,
meet
so
me there
you find yourself with no weapons, basically no powers, no strength that you normally have, stuck in the ruins with just enemies everywhere, and you have to kind of navigate through that to get through the city, back to the camp, before Xenos can get there so you can help warn everybody.
Yeah, that you are not you.
That's the solo duty.
Yeah. There was a question here. Cyrilla asked, were you surprised to see Garlemald in that state that it's in? Up to this point, we knew so little about Garlemald.
Yeah, I mean, we'd seen a few cutscenes there, and so what I was surprised with was like, oh, this is the same place that we've seen cutscenes in. Like, we've even seen like Gaius and Esty like walking through the streets and stuff. And it's like, oh no, they weren't in a different area. They were here. Like, this has all happened recently.
Yep. Yeah. Which made me so sad because I did want to see it in all its glory. I know. You know, like everything up and running. Sorry, my
adorable screensaver.
Yeah. How adorable. I just have the screensaver running so I can take screenshots. Okay.
Well, now it's just showing the ground. Or the side of a stage.
Wait, did Zero already Lalafell back? How'd you do that so fast? Yeah. Okay. So solo duty was hard, but you did it.
I actually did it. I think instantly I died right away, and then I did it the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me catch up with comments.
But I actually, like, it was stressful. The thing I really didn't want to do with that was get 29 minutes in and have to restart or run, like, get close and run out of time.
I can remember, I was so annoyed at this quest that I can remember looking at the timer and being like, I have 3 minutes left. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, because that's like, I didn't have the patience to do it again. But that's one of the rare things where because initially I was like, obviously I have to get back in my body. Because just game mechanics wise, the Warrior of Light has to be able to just teleport around and go fishing and stuff and do side quests.
Yeah, so you have to finish it.
So you're stuck here until then.
That solo quest was easy enough if you experience Eureka to dodge their line of sight, but I understand the frustration because there's no special indicator. Well, to me, it was like I didn't know where I was going.
Yeah, I did the thing where I wandered around. Okay. Oh my God. There was a time in college that my friends and I went to Disneyland. Okay. We live about 100 miles away from Disneyland.
Yeah.
So it's about a 90-minute drive, usually. We went to
With no traffic.
With no traffic, yeah. This was 20 years ago, so traffic was honestly not as bad as it is these days. So anyway, we went to Disneyland, spent the day there. Stayed till it was closing, so 10, 11 o'clock at night, leaving. This is pre-iPhone, pre-whatever. I think I had a map quest. And I was like, yeah, I know. I've made this drive many times. I know where I'm going. It's nighttime. It's like, God, nothing's looking familiar. We drove for an hour and a half.
In the wrong direction.
Ended up back at Disneyland.
Who was driving?
Me.
What happened?
Everyone else was asleep. I think I went like towards San Diego, and then I got on a turn, and then I went back, and I just ended up literally back at the parking structure, and I was like, we're supposed to be home now, and we're like back where we started. It was the most defeating feeling. And that is the same feeling I had here many times when
Because you did it twice.
Because but you would go around and you think you're making progress, you go, and then I'm like, I think this is literally where I started.
Yeah, because everything looks the same. And I was like, huh?
Yeah.
I had to
they have some borders that you can't cross that kind of direct you, but like everything looks exactly the same.
Xenos is so romantic, says Ishtar. The ambience, the candles, the butler. I love this part of Endwalker. The scene had me in rage. By the way, you experience what Garleans had to do to survive because Garleans don't have any of those.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. I remember that one. That one was hard. Didn't do Eureka before that moment. Oh, it was so hard. Okay, so let's see. The next thing I have in here is the moon. How do we get there? Well, actually, that is right after. So you get your body back. You tell everyone Xenos was in there. Everyone knows what happened. And then it was like, meet me here or something. And then you went over there. And then they jumped into a teleporter and they're like something. And then Cryo walks in, possesses Heidelin, possessed her. It's like, no, you have to stop them or something like that. And then everyone decides that you go first. They'll take care of everything in Garlemald because chaos has ensued at the camp.
Yeah.
Because Julius ended up getting tempered and was a whole...
Yes.
So it was just chaos. So they stayed back. I can't remember why Xenos and Finn... did you know that the reason why they went there?
To the moon?
Yeah.
This is what it was. Yes, this is what it was. Because what they ended up doing, what Xenos and Fandaniel ended up doing, the moon exists to imprison Zodiark.
Yes.
And there are locks around him, I guess, like 7 locks or whatever.
Yeah.
I might get the number wrong. And they were actually able to destroy all
of
but
them.
one.
Yeah.
And so
all but one.
We had to go to the moon, which sounds so insane every time I say it. There's a line at some point where it's like, thank goodness Urianger is on the moon to take care of whatever.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, this sentence is just like, it makes sense, but we had to get there. So we have to go there to basically see what's happening and see what they're destroying and prevent them from destroying the last thing.
Okay, I have a question. Did you ever think that the moon was a map that you would actually play on? Because I can't remember if you remembered that I told you.
Oh, I don't remember that. The thing that has been confusing me since very early on, so this actually, as absurd as it sounds, like go to the moon, and I still definitely have questions about like, how are we breathing? Why is gravity the same? I know it's not like Earth's moon,
my God.
But here's the thing. It's very clear that there's no atmosphere there by the way the lighting is and stuff. So I'm like, okay, anyway, you can breathe under the ocean. I just assume it's some sort of enchantment there, or we're getting crazy radiation poisoning. Also, yeah. Questions, but very early on, especially it's like a lot of like post-credit scenes, I feel like. It's like Ascians talking on the moon. And I've been like, why are you just in space? What is, like, we're in a medieval looking time. We're in dragons. Right. Why are you on the moon? Like, what is happening? And so it was surprising that it happened then because it's like, there's so much going on here. Because you also figure out that Varys is, what's his name? Because that's the boss you have to fight.
Anima.
Yeah. You figure out, like, they used Varys's corpse to, like, he is actually dead. They used his corpse to become a primal that was actually sending out the things to temper everybody.
Oh, is that what it was?
I believe so. Because every time they hear a roar, that's when, like, there's a new wave of tempering.
See, I totally forgot that. And I remembered, well, I didn't remember Anima. But you know what? Mordak. Mordak, Erwill's minion, is Anima. That's the one he has out the most.
Oh, yeah?
And I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, Anima's in this game. I totally forgot. And then I remembered, okay, obviously he's a primal. Anima was like one of the primals that I remembered from, like, I don't want to say old school Final Fantasy, but like, 7, 8 or whatever, those ones, because
you played a long time
because
ago.
He's scary as heck,
yeah.
But like also super cool. And then he's got the little dingle.
There's an upper and a lower, yeah.
There's a bottom.
Yeah.
But I totally missed it that it was Varys.
Yeah, and that's pretty crazy. Because when they were talking about Varys on the radio, I was like, "Is this a trick?"
Varys,
for a second, I was thinking, I was thinking like the initial stabbing of Varys when we hear something happen and Gaius and Estinian run into like the throne room, and they see Xenos like stabbing him.
Yeah.
I was like, we didn't see the initial thing. Are Xenos and Varys, father and son, in cahoots to fake Varys's death to somehow one-up Daniel?
That's what you thought, yeah.
I was kind of thinking, like, wait, maybe that could be a thing. And then all the soldiers were like, yeah, we hear Varys' voice on the radio. Not what happened. Totally killed Varys and then used his corpse to summon a primal.
Temper everybody.
Yeah, desecrated the bejesus out of it.
I know, turned him into this horrific monster.
Yeah, so that wasn't the case.
So we're on the moon now, babe.
So now we're on the moon. Yeah, so it was surprising. There's so much happening that it was surprising it happened now, but it wasn't surprising that it happened.
Yeah. Okay, so you get to the moon. That's cool.
Yeah, and then the moon is inhabited by ancient ones, or shadows, what seem to be like reflections of ancient ones.
Yes.
And that's very interesting.
That is very interesting. And there's also like an admin.
The Watcher.
Yeah.
Yes. Whose job it is to basically watch over Zodiark, and he's like, so there's a scene there's a Simpsons episode, an old one that's like one of my favorites. The B plot in it is that Bart buys a factory because he goes to like an auction, like a business auction, and there's this old factory property that like gets auctioned off, and he bids $1 and no one else wants it because it's like decrepit and falling apart, and it's like an abandoned factory, and he buys it for $1. And then so it's like this weird B plot of him like owning a factory, but it's just an abandoned building. And then he hires Milhouse, his best friend, and probably my favorite Simpsons character, to be his security guard. So it's basically, I loved it because it was like two kids just in a factory, just have all the space. It's such a cool thing when you're a kid to think of that. At the end of the episode, the way that they get rid of the factory is it's so crappy, it just collapses on itself. And Bart is showing up one morning to like open the factory, and Milhouse is standing there and it's just a pile of rubble, and he's like, "You're the night watchman, what happened?" And he's like, "I was watching. First it started falling, and then it fell over. I saw the whole thing." It's like, I think of that every time. I think of that almost every game when I play hockey with like one of my teams, because people are like, I'm like, "You're the defenseman, you're supposed to watch my back." I'm like, "I was watching. First the guy came over, and then he scored a goal." That's kind of like how it works sometimes.
So that's what happens in Zodiark.
Anyway, the Watcher kind of reminds me of this, where he's like, "It's my job to protect Zodiark and the things," and he's like, "I was watching the whole thing. There were 7 locks, and now there's 1. I saw it all." It's like, good job. You call nobody because I just showed up coincidentally. So I don't really know what you're doing here. I don't know that it's effective, but he is very helpful. The good news is when we show up and we're asking for help, he's like, "I'll help you. I'll tell you everything. I'll give you all the resources you need, whatever."
Yeah.
He's very, very, the ancient ones are always very helpful.
Yeah.
And it is sort of interesting because there's like the spirits of some of them. It's like they're trapped, like
we find
faithful.
We find out that some of the ancient ones were sacrificed to like even create Zodiark.
Yeah, that's what it was. And they're sort of stuck in this limbo, and so part of it is like they are getting in the way, like interfering with like signals. I don't know. So you have to go and talk to a bunch of them to like get them to scoot on to the next afterlife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then along the way, one of the ones you meet is
Hythlodaeus,
who is not a recreation. And he even says, yeah, because he even talks about like Emmett really created like he created a whole Amarot, and I was there. He's like, that makes total sense. And he's like, but he explains, he's like, what you're seeing now is not like an echo or whatever. Like, I'm the real one.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool. Like, it's cool to get a definitive statement like that.
Yeah.
And then you figure out the whole plan on the moon and stuff. It really goes places. We've gone, and I'm like halfway through the expansion.
So the Watcher tells you about oh my god. Meanwhile,
the initiative.
we didn't even mention the Forum.
Yes.
Is aware of the initiative.
Yeah, I think we actually find out about that a little. It kind of goes back and forth a little bit.
Yeah. So the Watcher directs you to, hey, there's a building over there. There's pilots.
Yeah, the moon is actually a spaceship.
Yeah.
It's very Heaven's Gate.
It's a two-part situation. Yeah. So
yeah. The moon is a prison, but also a spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah, multi-purpose moon. And so it's like you should go talk to the pilots. So okay.
And so what's the reason behind the ship?
So the ship is essentially like in the event of Zodiark's escape or whatever, or the final days or something, it can take everyone from the star to safety and
to a new home.
It's not the best plan. It's not a
plan.
It's a plan. The plan is they can take as many people as they. I think they essentially feel like they could take as many people as want to go, which the pilots assume will be everybody. And then they essentially just travel through space looking for a new home planet. That's where the plan kind of falls apart.
What is the planet? No one knows.
Yeah, they just have to find one. But essentially the moon can host life for a while. So then it becomes,
but my question was like, so are you going to take all the dragons too? Like, can it fit? Well, I guess the moon is...
Well, so that's a thing is they meet us and they're like, oh my gosh, you're from the star. Why are you so small?
You children. Yeah.
Yeah, they think we're children because they've only ever seen the ancient ones, which are big.
Like,
and so they
3 times taller.
They have been spending like 12,000 years building this spaceship, and they build everything to scale for that. And they immediately are like getting on the phone with like the carpenters, like everything needs to be 1/3 scale, like, which in a way is better because you'll fit more. But that did lead to question, like, if there's dragons need a lot more space. Like,
okay, moon talk, Loperates. Yes. What was your reaction to the moon bunnies?
So this was kind of perfect. This is something I think the game does really well, and it's one of my favorite kinds of things in the game where like it's very serious, whatever, and then it goes slightly absurd. Because the bunnies are like the ones who are in charge. There's
like the whole moon, it's a spaceship.
It's very serious. Yeah. There's Zodiark.
There's final days. Like,
there's Fandango.
We have this backup plan.
There's Xeno.
And then pilots.
Yeah, and everybody who's in charge, they are adorable bunny-like creatures. Who also like don't 100% understand what they're doing. Because they've been around, like their lifespan is how old they are and how long their lifespan is questionable. But they infer that they kind of like go into like
cryo.
Yeah, they sort of like go to sleep for a while, wake up for a long time, and keep working and maintain this spaceship moonship. And so they're like very kind of quirky and off, and they're like and they've pieced together a lot of like, things are gonna be great. We built a forest for you. Come check out the forest, and it's like, it's cool. It's a cool room. A forest, it is not.
A forest, it is not.
And so like everything's just like kind of off. Yeah. And we can like, but it would work. Like honestly, it would save lives. It would get people out. And they kind of see that we're a little hesitant, and they really think like, oh my God, you're unhappy with it. Like they genuinely want, like, we want you to be impressed with this. Like, what's wrong? We will rebuild. We will redo whatever.
I know. Yestola, Thagrid, and Urianger are just like, where do we begin?
Well, that's what I keep like. This is your life's work is Plan B. Is how it should be.
Yeah.
Because what we have also found is if the star is destroyed, it affects all the reflections. So you could save everyone there. But then everyone else on all the other ones will go. So you're sacrificing everybody else.
Yeah, so it's the same thing.
So it is a last resort. It is a plan B. If it's going to literally be everyone on all the reflections, but you could save one, okay. But if there's any possible way to like prevent the final days, to prevent anything, then yeah. I am having a blood sugar crash. I need to go grab a snack real quick.
Okay.
I'll BRB.
Can you grab me some almonds too? Let's see. Let me check in with the comments. Oh, Anima's from 10. Anima's only from 10. CK, I trust you to know all the Final Fantasy trivia. Lala will. Reaction to the moon bunnies. Logan, is this part 2 as in finished or part 2 of? It's part 2. It's our part 2. So not Yeah, he hasn't finished. I'm pretty sure he can finish this week. But we'll see. We need to show him the Xenos bunny now. What's the Xenos bunny? You be nice to our little brothers and sisters. Let's see. Tom, search this ASAP. What is this? I felt so bad telling the bunnies I did not, in fact, love their carrot meal plan. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Bond, for explaining what the part 2 discussion is. Let's see. Are they cuter than Chibi Kraken's call? They aren't, right? Oh man. Yeah, it's hard for Tom and I because obviously we talk about Final Fantasy 14 all the time. And then was it last night? That was the night before, right? That we went to Elpis. And like, of course, that night we're in bed, like trying to go to bed. And I'm like asking about the MSQ. What did you think of Elpis? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, wait, I shouldn't be asking you this because I should like wait for our MSQ discussion stream.
Did you see in the forest? Did you notice that there's a farm on Elpis in addition to the forest?
The carrots.
No, they make more than carrots.
Oh.
They make Elpis parsley.
Oh, good. I don't get it. Oh.
It's not like Elvis Presley, but it's Elpis parsley.
Look, we've been married 5 years going on in May. He still has to explain the jokes to me. I'm a visionary. I don't think I can't think like you. I don't think like
that's
the wordplay.
A statement on the quality of the jokes. Not.
I think that's pretty good though.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
you're proud. Parsley.
You're pretty. You're proud. I see it.
That could be in the game.
Can we reread those questions to Tom? He missed it when grabbing snacks. Yeah.
I don't have snacks in the mic.
Let's see. Oh, here's one. Did you end up getting surprised by the plan of the Charlian Forum that they were going to use the moon to relocate mankind during the final days?
I mean, yes, because I knew something was happening. It seemed like they were evacuating, and what the Forum was actually doing was they were the ones sending information and resources to the moon. But again, this is where the game does its like really good absurdity. The Forum is so serious.
I know.
Like they take themselves more seriously than anyone in the game.
Yeah.
And they are like,
real.
We have a team on the moon. They're taking care of it, but they've never like really met. There's no FaceTime happening. They don't know that it's like these goofy bunny creatures, and they're just. It's so
We're
good.
In communication.
We're in communication with the pilots of the moon.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
they're bunnies.
So are we. Hope you like carrots.
There's some holes. Yeah.
That's great. I love that element of like.
I get some Coke.
A cola?
Yeah, the Coca-Cola.
Ooh, cracked can.
Cracked can.
You know what it is? It's because we didn't normally before streams we have ice cream.
I know, but the problem is we had it 2 days in a row.
Yeah, we couldn't have it today, but then I crashed without the sugar rush.
I'm not gonna lie. After I worked on Discord for hours, I was like,
I was waiting for you to like hint at
that
it.
That would have been 3 ice cream days in a row, though.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. I think I caught up on the questions, Cirilla, but remind me if I missed one. Apparently, also, there's a Xenos bunny situation. I don't know what this is. I feel like we need to. Should we look this up?
There's a Xenos bunny?
I don't know what this is. Xenos bunny. Ready? Oi.
Wow, this guy is almond crazy.
Xenos bunny?
Almonds are Corgi's favorite food.
Is this it? Wait.
Was this a spoiler?
I don't want to, like, see something I'm not supposed to see. Oh. Can I click on this? Watch.
It's a boombox. The face.
Oh, that's funny.
Wow, that's really good.
That was perfect. I love it. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, the carrot meal plan.
I know.
Yes, please. Yes, I love Xenos Bunny. It's safe. All right, there you go. Okay, so where were we?
Well, so we talked about that, talked about the forum, all that, but obviously there's Zodiark. That's a thing.
Yes. So we handled that.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Because Xenos,
that was a fun trial.
Xenos and Fandaniel succeeded in breaking the last lock.
Sorry, the bag's only over there.
Well, I didn't want to be advertising great value, unsalted, raw, all natural almonds here. Hashtag ad. There you go.
Thank you, bro.
They succeeded in breaking the last lock, so that meant we had to fight Zodiark. Turned out that was so there was a whole scene where it was like Warrior of Light, Xenos, and Fandaniel together, and Fandaniel, he had mentioned something. He'd been hinting at dying and sacrificing himself and all this stuff since we met him. He sort of had like this weird
suicidal
propensity
situation,
to do it. Yeah. And he then like throws himself into the pit of the moon where Zodiark is
hanging out.
Yeah. He essentially like merges with Zodiark.
Yeah.
And it turns out that like, right, okay, because this is what happens. And then you have to defeat Zodiark. So we defeat Zodiark. It's this crazy thing. Okay, Zodiark is defeated. Now, because everything, if you give a mouse a cookie, now that Zodiark is defeated, there's an imbalance.
Yeah.
The dark and the light and the whole thing. And so now it's the thing that seems to be the case is that the final days are actually not prevented, but unavoidable.
Yeah.
Unpreventable.
You tip the scale.
Yeah, and so that was actually Fandaniel's plan the whole time.
Yep.
Which is very interesting because it kind of was
like even Xenos was surprised.
It kind of goes in line with what I'm saying. He actually didn't care about Xenos at all.
Yeah.
Like Xenos is irrelevant, whatever. He's just using it to kind of get us to a point where we will defeat Zodiark.
I've been waiting for months for you guys to see that. Were you surprised by how early we fought Zodiark?
Yes.
Did you think he was the final guy?
Well, that was a joke because we did it with people in the Discord, and it was like, well, there you go, beat Endwalker, done. Obviously, it's not the end though because there's questions remaining.
Yeah,
we still have Xenos to deal with, and then we also have I don't know what else to deal with.
Yeah, you're gonna find out. Okay,
this little guy is so obsessed.
Look,
with
you guys
almonds.
see this? Look at him! Oh my goodness. Okay, that's it. Yes, more. Okay,
he just goes down.
He loves almonds. When he hears the bag, he's like, "Yo."
Yeah,
that's what he says.
Our corgi says, "Yo."
Okay. Let's see. Where were we? Zodiark. You defeated him.
So then we go back to Camp Broken Glass.
We go back down. Yeah, and we're like, oh, and then final days have begun.
Final days have begun.
As soon as you get back,
yeah,
we have a problem. Rads is being attacked.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, we did a lot of MSQ that day, but it was so fun because that was the day that you went into the Rads dungeon. I can't remember what it's called, with Bond, Jiro, and Tin.
Yeah,
I was just sitting here watching. That was so fun. I really liked that one.
Which dungeon was that?
That's the one where you have to like look up and see where the guy is like shooting the
meteors.
But
I mean, in the story, because it's not like. I still have the old school brain of like a Zelda dungeon where it looks like a castle or whatever, like a castle.
It's like there was a family of elephants and then they all transformed.
Oh, that's right, because we found out what was happening with they called it, I'm calling blasphemies.
Yeah.
Yes, because Radzatan, I still haven't seen it not in chaos. I've only ever seen it looking terrible, and you're like, it's like my favorite city, and I'm like, this place is insane. Yeah, so basically there's like the monsters like have been transforming, and we're realizing it's the people, the citizens transforming into the monsters, and the thing that causes them are intense feelings of fear or despair.
Panic. Yeah.
So you see like there's like everything kind of has a stabilizing point, and then there's a mother in the city who lost her child in the fighting, and she's like so grief stricken that then it gets her and she turns into a monster, and then
everyone watching her turning into a monster
because they get so scared,
like,
they turn it, and it just keeps.
It's like a domino situation.
Which that's what I was telling you the other day. I was like, when did they make Endwalker? Because they're talking about this thing that's spreading and it's scary, but stay calm. What year was that? It's a little on the nose, you might say.
I don't know what year it was, but let's see. Are the stakes higher in Endwalker compared to Shadowbringers? That was my question. That was the question I asked you that night. Was like,
I gotta say, the beginning. We talked about this in the last stream. The beginning of Endwalker is surprisingly slow to me. And I was just like, especially after Shadowbringers, I was just like, get on with it. Like,
and then,
yeah, come on. But now that things have sort of kicked up, it seems like it's ratcheting up very, very high, very, very quickly.
It felt. To me, it was like so high stakes. I've seen,
it's
everybody on screen together. It's just
the high stakes. It's literally the existence of everything.
Yeah,
every reflection, everything. Because it's even in Shadowbringers, where it's like Emmett's ultimate plan, like the misguided plan of not just wanting to like rejoin everything, but then end up sacrificing people to bring the lost ones back. That would eliminate the reflections. That would obviously involve sacrificing a lot of people, but there would still be something. This Final Days, there's nothing anywhere.
Yeah, it's
everything, everywhere all at once.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, lots of fire in that one. Let's see. Okay, Fatality and Dante have joined the Lala Brigade. I saw Dante's Lala version yesterday.
You're gonna have to do it.
Well, I think I might just make an alt.
Mm.
Yeah. Look at. Okay, we're gonna do a little.
Oh, I must have logged out. I disappeared.
Oh shoot.
No, the Xbox is still on. Maybe I'm in there somewhere. Maybe I fell down. I don't know.
I don't see you. Maybe you went to. Look at this. This is perfect. I love it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not in here.
Celestini. So cute. Okay. All right. Then Rads is under attack. How do we get to... See, this was the part I couldn't remember. I was telling everybody while we were waiting for you on Elpis. I was like, I don't remember what the connection is. Like, how do we go from Rads to Elpis? And I knew that obviously Elpis was in the past. So I was like, how does... I don't know. I just forgot.
Wait, do you remember?
I do remember.
Okay.
Yeah, because we just did it.
Yeah. I mean, you'll explain it clearer than I will.
Okay, so Rads is under attack. You guys, it's that meeting you're having chai lattes, trying to figure out like what the heck do we do? And Graha's like, you know what? I have an idea.
Right.
Whatever. Like
we defeated Elidibus, but
we defeated him.
Basically, there's some residue.
Yeah, he got trapped. His little soul, like remnants of his soul, is remained in the white orsite of the Crystal Tower, blah, 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 something like that. So he was like, here, take the key to the Crystal Tower. You're the only one who can go over there and just see what happens, because that's the only lead that you guys have. So
yeah, we can talk to Elidibus. He knows about this, so maybe he'll have some information.
Yeah. So you go, you meet up with the crew, you get to say hi to everyone in the Crystarium, which is so lovely.
Mm-hmm.
And then it had the like first person point of view.
Because you're just standing there and it keeps turning over, like everybody's showing up all at once.
It's so nice. Like because you haven't been to the first like the whole time. So.
Yeah, not in the story.
Yeah. And then so you go into the office
the umbilicus.
Yeah, that one. And you flip the key and boom.
Do a little Google search.
Yeah, Elidibus is there in kid form.
Ask Jeeves for Elidibus. Yeah, he shows up and he
it was so great because it was like his voice acting at that point is so good.
So there's a cutscene early in was it even in Endwalker? Fandaniel wasn't in Shadowbringer, so it had to be, right? No, it was in Endwalker. Yeah. There was a cutscene.
Oh my god!
In an early fight where, Fandaniel explains that Fandaniel is a seat on the Convocation, just like Elidibus, just like Emmett. He's not the first Fandaniel. Emmett is the one who approached him to become Fandaniel, or the Fandaniel, or however you want to put it. And he never fully he just never.
It wasn't like a good fit or something like that.
He didn't take on the memories and the experiences of the previous one. It was just never really the right fit for him. What Elidibus points out is that you can if you go essentially back in time, there's someone named Hermes who is Fandaniel before
he becomes Fandaniel. Before he accepts the position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't go talk to him.
So, okay, wait. Did we talk about how you got to Elpis? Okay, yeah. So,
well, that's what's happening now. That's why, because Elidibus is the one who sends it, and then he uses the last bit of his existence to open the gate and send us.
Yeah, because Elidibus is when he got defeated, his surge of ether was enough for the Crystal Tower to send you aeons back to the past.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to actually affect real change, as in time.
Yeah, it's not like you're not just a ghost, so you can actually interact, but you can't change the future and prevent things from happening or whatever.
Yeah. Which I actually thought, because it is time travel, I thought they addressed it pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay, you set the parameters,
Yeah. That's all we need. I need the guardrails. Just okay. What are the rules? Okay. Yeah. I don't need to like think about it.
It makes sense. So then you go.
So then we go, which is crazy, and
literally I had to like flip my monitor again to hide it from Tom, and we were just all dressed up in our Ascian robes, waiting outside the door.
But you're waiting outside the door of where you go, which is like where not the Aetheryte is. I don't know. It's just where you materialize, and you're all tiny again because everyone's huge. But you're kind of like this little ghost, and you can't be seen, and you're sort of hearing things. There is. Well, I don't know. This might be an Eden spoiler, so I'm actually not going to share that. But,
you okay, Ben?
You're kind of going around and
trying to get someone's attention,
sort of eavesdropping a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you hear like someone teleport through the Aetheryte, and there's two people there, and you hear, because who's been the narrator the whole time really sounds like Emmett, and then you hear two voices. And one of them like looks, well, I don't even see their face yet. I guess
no, it was like the bottom half.
Yeah, you see the bottom half, and then you see one of them. You see somebody who has like purple hair is suddenly like, there's something there. Like there's a color of a.
Yeah, they're like, do you notice what's happening like over here? Because Emmett like refused to make eye contact.
Yeah, and then you see that it is Emmett, and he has like the same eyes and the same eye expression, but otherwise he looks different. Like he looked when he was alive, because you're seeing him alive there, and it turns out it's him and Hythlodaeus, and they're on their way to Elpis. Actually, they're on their way to Elpis to talk to Hermes
to recruit him,
which is
as Fandaniel.
Yeah, the thing that he had told us about a while ago. And so Hythlodaeus, because he's just innately helpful, he sort of understands. He says that we share like the same color of a soul as someone they know. Azem,
yeah.
Same soul as them.
That was good.
And so they kind of like give us a material form, even though we're like pretty weak still, and they actually like scale us up not quite to their height, so we're slightly smaller, but at least we don't look super weird like a kid.
Yeah. They think you're Azem's familiar.
Yeah, because Azem is apparently a very interesting person who like would just send like a familiar instead of himself to something. And we're kind of being a little tight-lipped, but they're going exactly where we need to go, so we all go together, and that's when we open the doors. It introduces Elpis, and that's where everybody was waiting in their ancient robes.
That was so cute. You guys are so adorable.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. Were you shocked by going back to Elpis? How did you feel about hearing Emmett again?
Oh, I knew he was the narrator, and I thought I was gonna get to see more Emmett in like past, like cutscenes to the past, like
like an echo.
Yeah, kind of thing. I did not think we were gonna go interact with him.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think he could be resurrected, although I kind of questions because he sort of resurrected himself to help us out at the end of Shadowbringers. But I didn't think we'd get to go like see him in his like
his
time. Like the thing that he was always talking about, the thing he's always saying, like to actually see.
Yeah.
And it's not the like the Amarot that he created. I remember, I liked it and I was like, oh yeah, this is a cool society, but it's that is such a one-dimensional thing versus like the reality where it's bright and vibrant. And even though we talked about this in our group chat when we were doing it, but even though they value like conformity, there is a lot more individuality. There is like, and it's crazy again, going all the way back to like, these are the Ascians.
Yeah.
And before they're Ascians,
right.
it's just
they're
people trying to like,
they're people.
Yeah, they're figuring things out, which is just very, very cool.
Yeah, they have a society, there's culture,
Emmett,
there's community.
Funny. It's funny because Hythlodaeus, almost get the feeling that he's like knows more than he lets on, because his thing is like he really can like see ether and like or vibes. But even if he doesn't, just his nature is like to be helpful, and it's fun to see the two of them as friends. It's fun to see that Hythlodaeus almost seems like the more dominant one in the friendship, because in the fake Amarot that Emmett made, he included Hythlodaeus, but it's funny because like he included him because obviously he really did. They were like best friends, and he did care about him a lot. But that was an interesting flip. That it's almost like he's the outgoing, like interesting one, and Emmett kind of goes.
He always has to like speak after Emmett because Emmett has so much tude
to like soften it and explain it or whatever.
Yep.
And Emmett definitely like he has no idea who we are. He does not like us. He has no patience for us. He's like the lines he gives when other characters are standing around, you just go click on non-ones that you need to click on. He's always
just pissed.
He's like, please stop looking at me.
But see, I think that's why I like Emmett so much, because I feel like people are misunderstood. Some people come off rude, or they have attitude, or they're like, why would you, why are you so closed off and standoffish and all that? But it's like, that doesn't, just because someone's personality isn't like super bubbly or whatever, it doesn't mean that you're still like, a good person and trying your best and a leader and these things. And
you find out what he's there for. So they are going to see Hermes. You find Hermes, and the way Fandaniel like described it earlier, it almost, I imagine that like they knew each other, they had this relationship, Emmett recruited him. They had never met, as far as I understand. And
they hadn't.
As far as I understand it, because Emmett was basically there. He's almost like a like a lie detector test. I don't know what you would call it, but like he's
an interview.
Yeah, he can interview him, and he can basically like see his intent, see if he's a good fit, see how he actually like really is reacting to the, are you doing this out of greed? Are you doing this out of like personal gain?
What's your motive?
Whatever, yeah. So he's basically there as like the interview. So he is recruiting him, but he almost has like no actual personal investment, but he is there to find someone to be the new Fandaniel, which he's taking very seriously. And he doesn't want this rando, like, you're literally like, we don't even know you. You're sort of a spirit. Maybe you're familiar, maybe something. And now you're going to come to like inner workings of the convocation.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he would be a little like
sus. Sure.
Keep your distance.
Yeah. Cholo and Chana's here. It's Lucy.
Hello.
Good to see you. Gma is here. Better late than never. I've been listening while trying to change.
Never change. Great just the way you are.
Awesome. So what do you think of Elpis? What do you think of the idea of it? Like that there's a place where people could experiment.
I mean, it's creative. Great because they alluded to it in Amarant, but to see it is cool. And that's the thing too, because
have you gotten a chance to walk around?
Yeah, because I'm several things in. So we find Hermes.
Oh, that's right. I don't know what I was doing. I think on Discord.
He's like making creatures and stuff. And he made like a girl, which I cannot remember her name.
Medion.
I know, I keep thinking it's Makote, but it's not. Medion. Like, I'm vegetarian, so there's no meaty on my plate.
Wow.
But she's super cool. And you find out that basically she can essentially like communicate through emotions. She's like the ultimate empath. So she kind of talks strange because she like can't communicate that way. But
that's right.
She can like communicate through emotions and understand. So she can like, I think if she wanted to, she could just basically find out everything about us. But she so far has said that she's not. She really wants to be friends with us though. She's really taken to us. And then some of Hermes like creations escaped and we helped him find him, which is like, knowing the story of what happens, he's like these little fish things that he sort of made like a little too exploratory. He ends up getting stuck in a tree and like you literally find him like draped backwards over a tree branch and like he falls out of a tree and stuff. And it's like, wow, it's not the like
Hermes.
Yeah.
So it's not the crazy.
Definitely not a villain by any means.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you help him out and what's her name?
Medion.
Sorry. I'll get there right at the end of the expansion. The fact that she likes you so much and the fact that you're helpful, he sort of starts trusting you more than you would expect. So after all that, then that's when Emmett and Hythlodaeus are like, okay, we need to go talk. And Emmett's like, you don't get to come. But Hermes is like, no, they can come. And because we kind of stand our ground, like we actually need to talk to this guy specifically.
Yeah, this is why we're here.
We know things. Because that's what I said, I think, with Emmett, where it's like, he's like, who are you? What are you doing? I was like, do you want to know how you die? Like, I see things. Let's see, I've said a lot.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
Gma is a Lala.
G-La.
Check this out here. All right, let's see what's happening. Bam!
Wow.
Gma's got Joey on her head and is Lalafeld. Oh, you look great.
I was very nervous to make any character changes.
I know, you were attached.
I was like...
You were so attached.
Oh.
Boom, there it is. You look perfect. Oh, it's so good. I love how the koala just goes on the head. It's so good. Yes. Let's see. How many people did Tom meet in Elpis so far? Has he talked to other people?
Yeah, so I've talked to some of the other people, and that's where. Yes, we're in the meeting where Emmett and Hythlodaeus are approaching Hermes to take Fandaniel's spot because they say Fandaniel is stepping down, which means, and that's what Hermes said. So you mean he's dying? And they're like, oh, we don't use that word here. Because basically, like, he's stepping down, and the way Hythlodaeus explains it is like, we all love this star. We come from this star. Our lives, even the people on the convocation, our whole thing is to make it better and to serve it as best we can. And once we've done that, to return to it, like, that is actually a really happy thing. It's what we want.
But it's a choice. Like, they choose.
In this case, it is a choice. It seems like Hermes knows Fandaniel and has like
the current one.
Yeah. Like, is close with them and
doesn't want them to go.
Is really sad about that idea. Like, why would he leave? He has so much he can do. He doesn't want him to go. So he's like, he says like he's actually very honored to take the position, and he knows that the position is very important, but he, like, in good conscience, he's so upset about that's the struggle. He gets so upset that then Medion gets really upset, and so we have to go take her for a walk to calm down. And that's basically where I'm at.
Okay, so let's see the Twitter girl. She's like an Elpis flower.
Yes.
Twitter girl. Yeah, Medion.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. Her and I are there. She shared a little bit more about how she like communicates through emotions. We tried to talk to a bird and it didn't really go well. We really angered the bird.
Yeah.
And now we're talking to people around Elpis. So that's where I'm at.
So I feel like we're caught up with your MSQ. So far, I have a couple questions. Where do you think the story's going to go?
You asked me this last time.
I have to ask you.
To the moon.
I have to ask you. You would ask me. The people need to know what you, like, if you can try, what do you think is going to happen? And then, can you say at this point whether you like Endwalker better than the other expansions? Too soon to tell?
Yeah, so to that so far where I'm at, which I believe, I don't want to know, I'm not really gonna, I think I'm about halfway. Well, yeah, I'm at like the level 86 quest, so I must be a little past halfway.
Yeah. Oh my god, you're so close to catching up to me.
Isn't that crazy? Well, I still have to do patches and stuff.
I'm on 6.2.
Oh, you didn't do all the patches?
No.
Oh, wow, I am actually really close to catching up to you. Wow, that's crazy. Weird. I don't know how we're going to play together.
I know, because I want to stream it.
And I just want to play as I play, so
I
might actually get ahead of you a little bit.
I know. Oh my god.
Then we can do MSQ streams and flip it.
How fun. Maybe that's what we should do.
We could practice it with Hildy Quest anytime.
Okay, sorry, keep going.
At the current rate, it's okay, buddy.
And there's nobody.
He has a lot to say. At the current rate, if this is how Endwalker goes to the end, then I do feel like that would be my favorite expansion. Currently, I think it's really, really good and it's ramping up, but the beginning was so slow. I feel like the parts I've seen so far, Shadowbringers was more solid from beginning to end, so far from what I've seen. Yeah. As far as where the story goes, look, Bunny's on the moon, back in time. Obviously, we have to find a solution. That's why we're in the first. Whether we figure out more about Fandaniel, whatever it is, we find some sort of solution, and it can't just be go to the moon and let all the other reflections die. There has to be a way to prevent the final days, and that has to be the thing that we do. Maybe the fact that there is a Dawn Trail kind of proves that is the case. Like, you know, it's like watching the first movie in a trilogy, and you're like, well,
there's obviously
these same characters are in 2 more movies. So, well, I don't know what characters are in Dawn Trail.
Because you haven't seen the Dawn Trail.
I know nothing about any of it. I haven't seen the Dawn trailer yet. So I don't know where things are going. Obviously, we have to figure that out. We have to take care of all the things. Xenos is like, I don't know what Xenos is going to do without Fandaniel, who was like enabling him, even though it really turned out to be like
Xenos seemed like he was like, I'm going to find something else to level.
What it seems like, which yeah, that I know Xenos' motivation of like what he wants is so dumb. The way that he's going to get it is potentially so devastating, because it's like he needs to absolutely destroy the Warrior of Light.
Yeah, your spirit. So then you have no other choice but to just like rage.
Yeah, and so it seems like that's what it's building up to. However, I would love it. I don't think this is what's going to happen, but I didn't expect moon bunnies. I would love it if, especially now that Fandaniel has like used Xenos as much as he needs to, and the Garleans are like they've declared Xenos an enemy. That he essentially just gets like wiped off, like it just like he's
irrelevant.
He's almost like he thinks he's so much more than he is, and it's just like, and then something else is like the thing that we're focusing on. I don't think that's going to happen, but I would love like all the building up into this and that, and then it's just sort of like, yeah,
little man over here.
Yeah. It's such a singular, selfish focus.
Oh,
in a world where so much big things
I wish
happening.
we could have had this discussion when I was going through it, because I felt all these things, and I was like, every time he came on screen, I was like, literally the moon and you just want to attack. You just want to fight.
You just want a big fight.
Oh my god,
I want the biggest fight.
Insignificant right now. I cannot even deal.
Which I mean, that does, from a like storytelling standpoint, make him a good villain, because it's like you dislike him so much.
I know, but okay, let's check in with the comments now that we're caught up. Are we going on a field trip to Elpis? The GB Kraken's Call of Memories. Question: which Endwalker Zone right now is your favorite?
Labyrinthos? Definitely not. I mean, it's got to be Elpis. Yeah, it's got to be Elpis. Garlemald is like depressing. Labyrinthos is annoying because I can't fly yet. Thavnair. I can fly there now. Thavnair's cool. Like, I like Thavnair. But Elpis is just more interesting. The moon is cool also. And there was what's his face? The dog, the pretty dog. I like them. Argos? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I really like the dog.
Ben is asking, I must have missed it. How did you feel about going back to the first? That was part of the story.
Oh yeah. It was cool. Because it did make sense where it's like only you can go. I like that they stuck to that.
It's like Darth Vader and Anakin. I felt like we made that.
We talked about Darth Vader and Anakin, yeah.
Oh, because I was saying I didn't realize that Fandaniel was Hermes. I forgot.
Right.
And then you were saying it's like how people forget that Anakin is Darth.
Yeah, and people here would know, does Hermes have the same voice actor as Fandaniel? Because in my listening, I feel like he does, but Hermes is very calm and friendly and soft-spoken.
And Fandaniel is just so flamboyant that...
Yeah, but I feel like I'm listening and I'm like, oh, it sounds like this. I can imagine this guy like losing it.
Cirilla is asking, who are your favorite characters among the new cast in Endwalker?
Who are the new characters? I can't remember who's new. Julius.
Well, I was sad that I forgot that that guy died. The Thavnair dude, or not the Rads guy.
Wait, which one? The
like
fake satrap. Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. That
I don't remember.
I don't remember. He sacrificed himself, which then meant that Ritra had to. Well, he didn't know what to do, and it was Estinian convinced Ritra to reveal himself to the people. And it's funny because, like, obviously you understand, all he's ever seen is like anytime dragons interact with people, it's war. Bad. It's bad. It's bad. And Estinians, like, things are different. This is different. And it's like literally as soon as Ritra shows up, all the kids are like, yeah, awesome. Like, this is the best. Like, everyone thinks he's amazing and like super cool. And then the forum shows up and they're like, we need to speak to the satrap with their stupid hats. And then it's freaking giant dragon over here. And they're like, and it's just, I love the forum with like, you're so out of your element with like,
they think they have it all
figured out. You think you know everything and you know nothing. Like, you are so, but I feel like they're gonna, I don't feel like they're not evil, obviously.
Who, the forum?
Yeah. They're not evil. They're genuinely trying to help. They're trying to preserve knowledge. They're trying to save people.
I mean, they also feel a sense of responsibility having this like knowledge that nobody else knows.
But for having so much knowledge, they're like so small-minded. I think that's the frustrating part, is like, and I think that was the intent of the knowledge in the first place that they talked about, is like,
transparency is always a good thing.
It's having the knowledge was to benefit everybody. So more knowledge opens things up, but they have become like closed because of too much knowledge. And that's like, they just got it so backwards.
Yeah.
But not maliciously.
Yeah. Yeah. Why is it Warren?
Who's your Warren? Favorite? Sorry, I'm not being a jerk, but like, which one is Warren?
I can't even begin to explain this to you. Warren is the first NPC that the tabletop crew met on
That's
their
right.
first
No.
adventure.
I was like, why do I know this name? That's why I know this name, because I was watching that. Okay. Thank you.
And our lore keeper may...
Yeah, you had to go take pictures of Warren or something. You said yes.
Well, we haven't yet. But
yeah, I remember.
Or is your favorite among some of the characters from previous expand? Who is your favorite? Who are your favorite characters?
I mean, it's hard to beat the Scions. Obviously, like Alphino, Alizé, Graha.
Wow, I'm surprised that Emmett was in the first one.
I mean, Emmett is
Hildy.
Well, Emmett is probably my favorite character. And so him coming back is awesome. No, I don't know. The thing that's always held me back from saying that is she hasn't had as much like screen time as the others, but now he's had a lot, so that could totally change. But if I had to pick, like I love him so much, but I also really love Graha. Yeah, Hildy, obviously.
Did you tell everybody who you picked in the scene in your inn?
Oh,
you had to. Well, obviously, it's obvious.
Yeah, I picked Graha. Yeah. no. I pick him for everything. Like if we have to pick someone, I pick him every time.
Okay, who did everyone pick? I picked Alize.
I mean, yeah, and that was cool because I was like,
I really thought about.
I didn't know there's 7 different scenes. You
her
can see.
and Estinian.
Yeah,
I think also Graha, but it was them 3 that was like, who do I pick? I picked Alize though. It was when she asked that one scene of like, please don't leave me. Stuck with me the whole time. I was like, oh, I got you, girl. Like,
well, that's the same thing with Graha, where he's like, all I want is like go on adventures with this friend of mine, and it's like, ride or die. Like we are, we are together in every adventure.
Let's see. Bert says, I suspect Tom will not be able to put the game down from here on out, and his name is Argus. Tin, I didn't write down how to change back. I love how colorful Thavner is. If you can Fantasia into a mood bunny, would you do it? And add a moon buddy for your Warrior of Light.
Well, now that I know how to use Fantasias, the tricky part, the last thing is how easy will it be to switch back exactly as I was before.
I was saying, playing Endwalker and wondering about the end when there's dawn trails like Star Wars A New Hope, and then the prequels come out, like, oh my gosh, is Anakin gonna survive?
Well, that was like, sorry, I know this is potential spoilers for a 10-year-old movie that already kind of couldn't have spoilers, but Rogue One, right, the movie in between episodes 3 and 4, you know, you're watching, I love that movie. Is great, and the characters are awesome, and it was literally, I'm so naive that it was in the last like couple minutes that I was like, none of these characters are obviously in any of the movies from the 1970s.
This doesn't end well, does it?
Yeah.
The forum with their stupid hats. Okay, Tin got Alize too. Breeze Graha is the only choice. Venat. Have you met her yet?
Yes, because Venat backwards is Tanev, which is the last name of a hockey player from the Kraken, formerly of the Kraken.
So many girls were thirsting for that Estinian visit scene. Oh my god, seriously? That's so
I was
funny.
Actually thinking, depending on like, you know, your genders and orientations and all these things, the dynamics in certain scenes can feel very different.
See, obviously, like for me, I thirst for nobody. So
but I mean, just storytelling.
But I know, obviously, it's a thing. That
there's one. What was it? Oh, there's one where it's one of the Dragoon class quests.
Where can you romance one of the NPCs?
No. But there's as you level up, you then become in charge of training this one girl who's like becoming a Dragoon, and she thinks, you know, the Warrior of Light's like the best, whatever, wanting to learn, and she introduces you to her dad. And in my scene, it's like, this is Adam. He's my like, and I'm like, wait. It would be the same for you as well.
Yeah.
Like it'd be there is no undertone.
I see. Right.
But like this girl, like wide-eyed introducing someone to their parent. It's like,
yeah, right. I see what you're saying.
Hang on.
Stola.
Oh, nice.
Originally picked Graha, thinking it was going to be a guess. Went back and watched every option at the end. Totally should have picked.
Oh, you can watch all the other options.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't know that. We should do.
We should do.
He hasn't gotten to that character yet. You did though.
What
you
character?
Talked to her. Venat.
I remember the name. I remember nothing about her or who she is.
The dynamic can feel very different. There can definitely be a romantic interpretation between female Warrior of Light and a reunion with Emmett at that entrance to Elpis. His gaze was piercing.
Oh yeah, see that, and I didn't have that vibe. I had the like, you are annoyed at me. I'm sorry. There's your screensaver.
Oh man. All right. So, I wonder if you'll be able to wrap it all up before NAB. I feel like you will.
I'm leaving on Saturday. That Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It really depends on how long I can play.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So yeah, Saturday. Just finish. I think you could do it.
I don't know that I want to, because I want to enjoy it, and then the thing is, I'm gonna finish it, and I'm gonna go to this convention, and it's gonna be like the last thing on my mind.
That's why I feel like you should finish it before.
But then I can come back and
That's true. Yeah.
If I could choose, I'd actually choose to finish it afterwards, which I guess I can choose because I'm 39 years old. It's a video game.
You have agency over your person. Yes. Hold off till after is probably best. Emmett's no Warren, but he'll do. All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
So probably the next MSQ discussion will be after you beat the 6.0.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, you could probably fit in 6.1, and then we'll be basically caught up.
You've finished 6.2?
I am on 6.2. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
I think honestly, I think that because if I want to stream it, I think we'll get to the point where you'll pass me.
Yeah, because we can't just only play together and like, okay, cutscene now. So we're gonna have to kind of like, it's like reading a book together. Did you get to this part? Did you get to that part? Yeah, that'd be very different though, because I've only heard you talk about this game as a complete thing for 2 years. So to get to a point where it's like, you're like, I don't know what happens.
I can't tell you how I love doing this because it reminds me, 2 years ago, I just sat here and thought about the story.
Yeah, I remember. I remember the hours you were in here, but yeah, you
sit here and think about it. It was it's so good. Such a good
I mean,
story.
you started a YouTube channel because of it. Yeah.
I was like obsessed. Anyway, well, thank you everybody. This was super fun. We're still oh my gosh, how adorable. Look at this scene here.
I will say I Lalafelled myself when you were doing the roundtable stream last night. And
is that when you did it?
Yeah, that's why I had my computer, because I logged in there, and doing the menus and changes was totally fine, but to get there I logged in, I had to go travel throughout, and I was like, oh, I love me playing on the Xbox, let me tell you.
Oh, really?
It was a very affirming experience.
Oh, that's funny. It was funny because Tom was, I don't want to say you were hesitant about the Xbox, but it's a leap when you're used to one.
I didn't know that I could seamlessly integrate mouse and keyboard like I was used to, and that I can keep same mouse and keyboard for my computer when I use it for computer stuff. So it's like I didn't want to have to get separate things and whatever. And just luckily, the mouse that I had gotten and the keyboards that we have are so easy to switch. And yeah, so it's not a problem at all. Because I took that awesome workshop that Jay hosted about UI and U, where he talked a lot about controllers, and it does seem fun. One day I see you on the controller, but I love my MMO mouse. I love my keyboard, so I didn't want to be forced to switch everything to controller.
I honestly prefer controller. I think
I know you do.
Yeah, because White Mage I play on mouse and keyboard. And what we're doing, the Eden raids, I can't walk backwards because it's like I do the backward step, not.
You got to do legacy camera.
I know, but then the whole thing gets I can't.
Better, yeah.
All right, it's past the boys' food time.
Doggy dinner time.
Yeah, doggy dinner time. Look at this. He's so mad.
He's too short. Well, no, you can see his face on the screen. You see the nose.
His ears. Oh, see, he's gonna go run to the.
He's gonna go show us where it is.
Yeah, he's gonna go just get it, serve himself. Happy April Lala Fool's Day, everyone. Looks like it crushed us or not there. Happy April Lala. That was so fun, guys. Look at that.
The thing is, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay Lala'd. Because when you do it, you can change for up to an hour. So someone could, Gmod could log in, be Lala, do this, and within an hour you can change back.
Oh.
But if you go beyond the hour, then you need another Fantasia. So I kind of want to enjoy it, hang out for a few days. But
maybe you should just,
all of my MSQ cutscenes are gonna be, which would be really funny when I first went to Elpis and stuff when I was tiny.
You'd be even tinier. Do you see what's
It'd be like the what's his name, the Wiener kid,
Asahi.
That one we had to watch.
Yeah, he's
he does a full 90-degree bend down to talk to a Lalafell version of Warrior of Light. It's so good.
Goodness. Oh yeah, Kay,
Kay,
happy birthday tomorrow officially. Woo woo. Bird says, thank you both for a wonderful recap. MSQ cutscenes are so great as Lala. It's so
happy
funny.
Birthday too. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you are new here, we'd love to have you join our community. You can find a link to our Discord on our website at heatherjustplay.com. And he's really wanting dinner right now, so we gotta go. It'll be like when you did the MSQ scenes in your holiday outfit.
Oh yeah, it was like a serious one.
There's a great line for Lawless when you first get to Elpis and Emmett makes you bigger. Oh really? There's like a separate line about it? Oh, Hitler's like, are you sure you got the scale right? That's so funny.
It'd be funny if they accidentally messed up, made the Lalas bigger than them.
Oh my god.
That would be awesome. And you're just too big the whole time you're there.
For Kay's birthday, I want to be nice to him for a whole hour.
Wow.
Thank you for the discussion. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Happy early birthday, Kay. Yay. All right, guys. So we will catch you guys soon. If you want to join us in any of our community events, we have a lot of events happening always.
Lalas only.
We'd love to have you. There's our community calendar is on our website also at heatherjustplay.com. And with that said, we'll catch you guys soon. See you, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.